Hello everyone, I am back with a new video. It is on Environmental Studies 2. It is of Standard 4th, lesson number 4, Shivaji's Childhood. I hope you like the video. Do watch the video full. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. So let's get started with the video. So what we have learned in the previous lesson, let's revise one more time so that when we go ahead with the story, we'll be having a link that what happened before and what is happening now will come to know like a basic story. So let us revise, let us see. In the previous lesson, we have seen Shahaji Raje had married Jijabai. Jijabai was the daughter of Lakhuji Rao Jadhav. Nizam Shah had transferred to Shahaji Raje the Jagir of Pune and Supe Paragnas. This Jagir was initially conferred on Maloji Raje, but then it was transferred to Shahaji Raje by Nizam Shah. Then Shahaji Raje had left Nizam Shahi due to problems with Wazir Malik Ambar and had joined the court of Adil Shah. But Nizam Shah's mother appealed to Shahaji to save Nizam Shahi, so he had to return to Nizam Shahi. This we had seen in the previous lesson. Up till this we have understood the story. Now let's see further what happens in the story. Shah Jahan had dispatched a big army to conquer the Deccan. Shahaji Raje was in real trouble and decided to send his pregnant wife Jijabai to the Shivneri fort for safety. Vijay Raj, a relative of the Bhosles, agreed to give protection to Jijabai. Now let's see something about Fort Shivneri. Fort Shivneri was a strong fort near Junnar in Pune district. It had steep cliffs on four sides, strong fortifications and massive doors. This strong fort was in charge of Vijay Raj. He was a relative of the Bhosles and he had agreed to give protection to Jijabai. Now let's see birth of Shivaji Maharaj. Jijabai gave birth to a son on 19 February 1630. It was the auspicious day of Falgun Vaidya Triti 1551 of the Shaka era. On the 12th day, this child was named as Shivaji as the child was born on Fort Shivneri. Jijabai did not neglect Shivaji's education in spite of the highly unsettled conditions as Shahaji Raje was fighting somewhere else and Jijabai was somewhere else with her child Shivaji Maharaj. So that was a very unsettled time for them and they were not settled. So Shivaji's education had taken a backseat, but Jijabai did not neglect his studies. She showered all her affection on Shivaji and told him stories of Rama, Krishna, Bhim and Abhimanyu. She also recited devotional songs of Namdev, Dhyaneshwar and Eknath. Shivaji liked the stories told to him of many pious persons and saints. He liked to listen to the stories. This instilled in him a respect and honor for all the saints and great men. Shivaji played with the children of the Maulas. They were from the poor families Sometimes he visited them in their huts, and he also shared their simple meal of onion and bhakri, and he enjoyed it very much. They invented very interesting games to pass their times. The children of the Mavlas and Shivaji, they could imitate the sound of cuckoo or parrot or tiger to perfection. It was their pastime. They also built small forts of earth and earthen elephants and horses to pass their time or as playtime. They also played hide and seek or played with ball or top to pass their time, and Shivaji became very popular among the children because he was great in all these games. Now Shahaji Raje had returned to Nizam Shahi, but he was not at peace of mind because Nizam Shah was a very fickle-minded person. That means he readily believed all the gossips which was going on. Because of this, on the behest of Nizam Shah himself, Lakhuji Rao Jadhav was killed openly in the court at the behest of Nizam Shah himself. This Shahaji Raje could not withstand all this, so he left Nizam Shahi and he went and joined with the Mughals. The Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, he made him a Sardar at his court. Now in Nizam Shahi, back in Nizam Shahi, Fateh Khan had killed Nizam Shah. It was evident that Fateh Khan was planning to enable the Mughals to swallow Nizam Shahi or take control of Nizam Shahi. So the Mughals, in favor of this, they rewarded Fateh Khan, but they rewarded the territory of Shahaji Raje, which was under Shahaji Raje's control. This territory they gave to Fateh Khan. This enraged Shahaji Raje a lot. He was enraged, he was angered. So he left the services of the Mughals and he decided that he will teach them a lesson. In order to forestall the Mughal Emperor and Wazir Fateh Khan, Shahaji Raje found and declared a child heir from the Nizam's family on the Pemgiri fort near Junnar as the new Nizam Shah. He established a new kingdom which included the territory between the rivers Godavari and Neera. Shahaji Raje fought vigorously to protect his state with Adil Shah on his side. Adil Shah and Shahaji Raje both were fighting the Mughals, but Shah Jahan, the Mughal emperor, he threatened Adil Shah and made Adil Shah sign a treaty of friendship with him against Shahaji Raje. Now Shahaji Raje fought with the Mughals and Adil Shah, but he could not sustain, and unwillingly he had to sign a treaty of peace with the Mughals. That was in 1636. After the downfall of the Nizam Shahi established by Shahaji Raje, it was divided by the Mughals and Adil Shah among themselves. Shahaji Raje's Jagir of Pune and Supe lay within Adil Shah's share. He gave it to Shahaji Raje on his behalf. So now Shahaji Raje joined the Adil Shahi services. Adil Shah assigned to him the task of conquering the territories in distant Karnataka, far away from Pune. Shahaji Raje defeated many kings in Karnataka. Jijabai and Shivaji also joined him there. Adil Shah awarded Shahaji Raje the Jagir of Bangalore. Shahaji Raje then made the city of Bangalore his headquarters. He lived there like a king and began to summon the court.